Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this shitty ass podcast, Costanza
It's
podcast.
not shitty.
I am your
It's
host,
not bad.
not to be confused with someone who is unemployed and lives with his parents, George Costanza from Seinfeld. I am not unemployed, but I still live with my parents. Nothing wrong with that. This is episode 6. How the fuck do we make it this far? I don't know, but we are discussing the news for the past month that has happened. We were discussing Super Bowl trailers like Deadpool and Wolverine, Wicked, and for some reason, Despicable Me 4. We're going to discuss, and speaking of 4, we're going to discuss the Fantastic Four cast, Spider-Man 4 drama. A lot of 4s. Holy shit. This should have been for episode.
It should have been episode 4.
And we're going to discuss a famous YouTuber retiring today. That retired today. This is recorded on Saturday, March 9th, by the way. Before we get started, we have 2 new guests on the pod. Gaming Abid, who you might remember from the Among Us mega collab for the 12 people who watched that. And so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Abid.
Yo, you gotta do better than that.
Hey everybody, this is Joe from the future here. I'm editing this right now. There was supposed to be a second guest on the podcast, but he how do I put this nicely? He fucked it up, so I had to edit him out, and he did not want to be part of it. He kind of just felt out of place, it feels like. So out of respect for him, and also just to not let this podcast be even more insane, I'm gonna cut him out, so it's just only gonna be Game and Abid on there. The second guest will remain unnamed and hidden. So yeah, sorry if there's any weird cuts in there. I did not make a list. This is pointed planned. So I think we'll probably just start off with the news that came out on Valentine's Day, of all things.
Damn, kid, you're not gonna let us introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
I mean, you were there for the entire fucking... Fine. Iceberg Mike and Jay are back.
Yo, I'm Iceberg Mike. Joe hates me, but it's all good. Check me out on the Thunder Palace. The faults and opinions of Iceberg don't reflect Josie. Nah,
and Jay
but,
Gooden, who is fashionably late as always.
That's a fact.
Hey, I had to go handle some important stuff with Family Matters. Come on.
No, you're
That
good.
is,
You're good.
that is true. That's true. You're good. You're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
And of course, I am Josie. And Jake from State Farm is not here. He is working overtime again.
Yo, get Jake on the phone.
So, on Valentine's Day, Marvel, out of nowhere, announced the cast for the Fantastic Four, the long-awaited, highly anticipated, maybe, movie that is coming out. Fantastic Four. There have been rumors for a long time, like maybe John Krasinski's going to be Mr. Fantastic, and his wife Emily Blunt's going to be Sue Storm. Somebody from Stranger Things was going to be Johnny Storm. It was going to be Eddie, Billy, or Steve. And there was also talks about the Thing being a woman. I don't know if those were true, but it's very interesting, to say the least. But they have actually announced the cast. And so Pedro Pascal, who you may know as he's in fucking everything. He's the Mandalorian. He's from Game of Thrones. He's from The Last of Us. That shitty ass Wonder Woman movie that I forgot the name of and I don't care to see it.
1984.
Oh my god, 1984 is horrible. Yeah.
That's
He was also in Narcos as well as Pablo Escobar.
Yeah. And I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but yeah, that's about it. He's gonna be Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby, who I know is from Mission Impossible. She's Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn, who a lot of people know as Eddie from Stranger Things, is going to be the Human Torch, and Ebon Moss Bachrach, I think that's what is.
Yo, Joe.
He's gonna be the Thing. Who you may know him as. He's one of the guys from Andor, and he's also Micro from The Punisher.
He's from Andor. He's good in my book.
Andor.
Andor is the best Star Wars show y'all didn't watch.
Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this cast? Because I have some mixed feelings about it. I want to hear your guys' take on it.
Well, I would say this is the third time's the charm. It is like the fourth Fantastic Four outing that they tried to do.
I guess.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know, bro. I hope it's good. The names, I'm like, what are you doing? But maybe this is the four they needed to get this movie off. This movie has to be good because Disney is in a precarious position right now with both Star Wars and the Marvel movies and shows. So they don't need a home run. They need a grand slam. So hopefully these four can do it.
And I think The Thing and the Invisible Woman. Actually, no, the Invisible Woman and Human Torch are good. The Thing is just confusing, and I'm not the biggest fan of Mr. Fantastic. I love Pedro Pascal. I think he's a good actor.
Fantastic.
But there are several other actors I would have chosen for the role. One of them being, I don't know, John Krasinski, who is already in Multiverse of Madness.
I'm saying he's the guy. Why not use the same guy for continuity's sake? I know this isn't the first time we had this problem because we had two different roadies, but I mean, come on, man.
Right, and like we had like two different Hulks as well, but like it's crazy that
I had like three different Hulks.
That's true. I just feel like there's better actors for Mr. Fantastic, but I mean, he could pull it off. If Heath Ledger could pull off Joker, then he could probably pull off. Then Pedro could pull off Mr. Fantastic.
Heath Ledger bodied that shit.
And the reason why I say Ebon Moss-Bachrach is confusing as a thing is because, like, maybe it's just me overthinking things, but I feel like the Punisher is now canon to the MCU. It officially got canon thanks to Echo. He was Micro, so it's gonna be weird seeing him as the Thing as well in the same universe. Maybe it's just me being overly confused or just fucking stupid, but I just feel like it's just a little confusing seeing him there, or weird, I should say.
Well, it's not exactly the same thing, but Chris Evans was a Human Torch, but now he's Captain America. But he was able to shed that Human Torch and become Captain America. So,
and I guess we're probably not going to see him again. So,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, and they're trying to do their own thing with the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, if they do want to use that character, that is gonna be a little iffy. Maybe they realize they're not gonna use that character. They kind of know about it because they're trying to rein everything in at Disney because of all the failures. So I think they put some thought into it before they hit the confirm button. Like, yeah, we're not gonna use this character, so he can do this.
Well, hold on. Well, I want to say one thing about it. For the whole Reed Richards thing. Well, I mean, the other one was killed off in Doctor Strange. If you guys say seen that movie.
Yeah, but that was a different Earth. That was like 838. That we're in 616. Unless they say that we're in a different dimension, it's always 616 or 1999999.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so I would understand as to why they changed the direction of it, as to why things are a little bit different. So,
yeah,
So that's like the only explanation. Other than that, I mean, if they pull off another roadie situation, that's going to be highly questionable, and they're probably going to be mean to death just for that.
Yeah.
Well, they're safe because it's a different dimension. Reed Richards, so ours can look different.
I think like Marvel is sort of like where you have like the Hulk, the guy that creates lightning with like I'm not sure what kind of
Thor
tool he. Was it like Thor? Was it?
It is Thor.
Yes. Yeah, it is Thor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to think like I used to watch a little bit like as a kid, but it was like on a television, but in animated form.
Oh, you might be talking about Avengers Earth's
Yeah,
Heroes.
I thought it was like
Oh,
That show's
that was like
fantastic.
related.
it is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It has like great stuff. Like it would have like Iron Man in there, like that people talk about.
Iron Man's in everything,
Like,
dude.
Yeah, like I think honestly, wait, did they like was wait Spider-Man in the Avengers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took
I-
a
I-
while.
Alright,
Was
so,
that like before the
uh,
Spider-Man games, or was that after? Like the Spider-Man
All right,
shows.
so I'm gonna try to make this quick.
Take it easy.
There's been different owners of the different Marvel IPs over the years, and there's different rules for the different mediums. Like Sony has the rights to do video games for them, so you see the Miles Morales and the Spider-Man games on PS5 and whatnot. But the cartoons or the animated series that you saw in the past, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that was a different division of Marvel, and this was done before they were acquired by Disney. Disney pretty much has everything back for the most part, aside from a couple of things. But at the time, there was just so much different things. Spider-Man technically was with the Avengers, but right now, as far because we when we talk about Marvel, we're mostly talking about the movies. Sony owns Spider-Man's rights. They work with Marvel. That's why you see Spider-Man in the movies, but Spider-Man belongs to Sony, and they're probably never going to let go of
Like
Spider-Man
having that claim.
Like they're probably never going to let go of that unless Disney just like opens up the vault and be like, all right, here's $2 trillion, just give us the rights back. and then Sony has to agree, to it, which they'd be stupid to because Spider-Man prints money.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, so don't games are
But
fantastic.
that's why there might be some confusion when it comes to Spider-Man, because he like if you read any of the comics, like there's always crossover between almost everyone was an Avenger at one point.
Right,
So that's just what it is, dealing with copyright and intellectual property.
Well, thanks, Mike.
No problem.
Okay, and back onto it. I think Vanessa Kirby's a good choice. But I feel like maybe I would have chosen Margot Robbie over her, but I feel like she could also pull it off. And Joseph Quinn, I'm honestly surprised they went for a Stranger Things actor, because that's basically the last person you'd expect. Like if people were hyping it up, like, oh yeah, it's either gonna be Billy or Steve or somebody, like they're probably just gonna say no, it's gonna be someone from like Euphoria or some shit. But like no, they just went like, you know what, Eddie's spoilers dead, so we'll just have him show up as Human Torch. So
right.
He rose from the ashes.
Yeah. Yeah.
he ran up that hill and fucking turned into flames.
There we go. Hey, that's a dope tribute. Man.
Yo, he wanted to trade places.
Yeah, Joe, that was dope.
He wanted a flame. Thank you.
Yeah. Because Eddie, honestly, he was such an amazing character. I'm not trying to get off topic, but like I'm just saying, like a side note.
I'm gonna shut up because I will talk about Stranger Things for 2 hours.
Yeah,
you know what? Fuck it. We'll do a Stranger Things podcast pretty soon. I don't know when. Maybe after Mario Kart, but yeah, we'll definitely do one.
Yes, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And staying on the topic of 4, Spider-Man has been going through a rough patch now, and like Brig mentioned.
Yeah, put me on. You was trying to tell me about this earlier.
So, as you all know, Spider-Man: No Way Home ended off with Tom Holland's Peter. Basically, no one knows who he is. His Aunt May is dead, and he made his own suit and is basically a fully fledged Spider-Man now. So what? So Sony and Marvel are butting heads again, and so Kevin Feige and Tom Holland want the story to be more grounded and centered around Tom Holland, and just have like street fighting characters in there. Like probably Daredevil's gonna show up, and maybe like I forget who else. Like I think Punisher, Jessica Jones, or somebody.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, well, why not? I mean,
Yeah,
They
And I
should
think
they should have a street level. They should have like wings. They should have cosmic, Avengers level, and street level.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, the main 3 tiers. Right. Totally
yeah,
agree.
and they might fight Kingpin as well, which would be dope as fuck.
Yo,
But-
I'm telling you, if we get a Daredevil and Spider-Man fight in this MCU Kingpin, man, I would watch that many times over. I'm waiting for
agree.
that, dog. I am waiting for that.
Yo, I gotta say this: the ending to their fight in the Netflix, well, I guess it's Disney Plus Daredevil now. That was probably one of the most cathartic fights in cinematic history. You could see the first. Like, this dude is a hell of an actor, bro. Both of them, both the Kingpin and they really like had chemistry going off of each other. And you could just see the frustration in Matt Murdock's eyes as he's pummeling him. And then he's like, I can't kill you, though. That'll go against everything I stand for. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
We're going... Hey, Mom, love you. We're going slightly off topic. But on the other side of the coin, Sony wants another multiverse movie with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they want him to they want it to release in 2025 and just like fucking rush it out. And I think it's just incredibly ridiculous because
that is incredibly ridiculous.
Because I don't mean to take sides, but I feel like a street level Spider-Man movie, like we already had No Way Home. No Way Home, I've mentioned before, my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's awesome. I loved it. It brought in, it did fan service in the best way possible, and part of that is because Andrew and Tobey showed up, and they did justice for both characters. We don't need to see them until Secret Wars, or maybe Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like, those are the only 2 projects I expect to see them in. Let Tom be on his own, because he just got out of the whole Iron Boy Jr. route, allegedly, according to fans, but just let him be on his own.
That's not fair.
So,
all right. Yeah, I got it.
I feel like that would be actually a good idea because, like, now he'll be able to evolve even more as a hero. Like I mean, he had his training wheels and like probably like 2 films or whatnot. All right, but you know, once he's street level and he's grounded, I think he'll have a more better grasp at what it is to actually like really mean to be like, you know, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and even for him to like really understand like the true core values of heroism. Like, even though he did do his Avenger level threat fights, or even cosmically like with Thanos, so I'm not like discounting that at all. But I really feel like it would hit even more home if he's hitting all 3 bases. So no pun intended. Like, you know, because cosmic level, Avenger level, and now he can go street, and it will be a great way how to kind of tie in the Netflix side of the Marvel universe, if you get what I'm saying. And like, it
he would be good because you can't use Doctor Strange because he should be the person to do it. But since he's not available right now, Spider-Man's a very good alternative.
Yeah, I agree. Because like they're both. I mean, it's both pretty much in the same setting in a sense. Like all 5 of them are in New York. Why? I mean, like why not?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and
you know what?
Spider-Man.
Oh, go ahead.
I think I might lead into the next topic, so you can.
All right. So I'll real quick because you mentioned that Sony wants to rush out another triple threat Spider-Man movie. There's a way that they could do that would make sense, but it would take time. I don't think they're going to do this. But since No Way Home ended with the villains going back to their original timelines, the next movie could be the aftermath of that decision to change them for the better. That would be interesting to watch. But I don't know if they're going to do that.
They won't. because they're too focused on stuff like Morbius and Madam Web, which
Oh,
that's a fact. Oh God.
Ban Hammer ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Ban Hammer ready.
Jay, you got the floor. You kill it.
Yo,
I
Madam
want
Web.
you to rip this movie to shreds.
Madam Web is literally the diarrhea horseradish shit of the MCU. And I'm telling you
Thank
right
God it's
now,
not the MCU. That's the Sony Cinematic
the
Universe.
Sony Spider-Man universe. Sony is drunk. They need to go home. All right, they need to clean themselves up right now and end this tax write-off. Like seriously, you cannot persuade people to be in the seats any longer. We are tired of this shit. Honestly, like Morbius should have been like the final nail in the coffin for all of this stuff, dog. But you want to drag it off even more with another Spider-Man spinoff that does not deliver. I mean, God. I mean, seriously. Like, Madam Web is just, oh my God, it's just so freaking frightening, deceiving of the craft of what Sony can stand for. And like, it's more disappointing than anger at this point. Because now you're just being lazy. Now it's like you going up to the 3-pointer line and you're missing every single shot, with every single project, bro. I mean, the characters were delusional. The pacing was just completely off. Like there was no chemistry at all whatsoever. The lines didn't deliver. The jokes were just plain. They were plainer than a rotten pita bread. I mean, seriously. I mean, you can't go any further down than this. Like, anything that's worse than this. And listen, I'm not saying anything to discredit the legendary name. Or anything that's worse than this has got to be Dragon Ball Evolution. It's that bad.
I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution shouldn't have been made, but
it should have never been made. Madam Web should have never been made. Seriously.
All right, so I didn't watch any of these side movies for one reason: they don't matter. They're trying to make Venom matter, which pisses me off, but none of these movies matter because Spider-Man is not in them. So why do I care? Why do I care? If Spider-Man's not gonna, if you're not gonna make something to tie all of this back to Spider-Man, what's the point? Madam Web is a side character at best. How the fuck does she get her own movie?
She's a Z-tier character. Like what the fuck?
That shit don't make no sense.
For?
All right. Continue.
Nah, like there's some villain CU shit that Sony's doing. It doesn't make sense. Like, literally, they're just making to keep the Spider-Man IP at this point because they're not. It's not leading into nothing, and they're wasting all of this time and effort with these movies, and they're not giving sequels to the previous Spider-Man movies that people are asking for. You demanding that Disney do another tie-in movie. You don't need Tom Holland. You can put out an Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 3, complete the trilogy, and people would watch that.
Right. Or you can bring Toby back and do a 4th movie with him. But no, we're getting Morbius 3 in 2029 or some shit. Like, what the hell? That's not confirmed, but still.
Like, Morbius isn't gonna... Morbius was a meme thing. It's not gonna work again. You shot that shot already. You can't get that genie back in the bottle. People already know what time it is when they see the trailer.
All right. Can I say one thing real quick about it? It's like this, bro. Yeah, it's like this, though. Like, Madam Web and Morbius, the problem what's going on with the Sony Spider-Man universe is that there's no chemistry or follow-up, and I'm piggybacking off of what Mike has said. There's no follow-up or chemistry with any of those movies. There's no feeling of a connectivity. It really reminds you of just like it's like the recreation of bad '90s superhero film, if you want to go say that.
That's a
Like,
fact.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what is, and I agree, I totally agree with what Berger's saying. What is really the point of it? Even if it's just like a tax write-off for Sony, or them trying to like save face or whatnot, even though they're doing a horrible job.
It's two things. It's a tax
Uh,
write-off, and it's so they
Yeah.
can keep the rights. Because if they don't use them, they lose them.
Yeah, I mean, like at the fact, I mean, like at least do something to actually make us stay in the seats. I mean, Jesus, dude. I mean, for real, like it's like there's nothing going forward for any of these films. They're not appealing. They're not interesting. You know what I mean? And people are starting to get the gist of it. And I really feel like this is also going to hurt their pockets, because people are starting to get the gist of things that like you just want to make some type of excuse at this point, just to hit the fiscal numbers. You know what I'm saying? The quarterly numbers. Yeah, for your company.
But are they even hitting them?
Yeah,
Putting up this fucking
I
whack
don't
ass
think
shit.
I don't even think they're
No,
even doing it
they're not.
because people are awake now, and you know what I
Yo.
mean. So, and
Which Spider-Man series was trying to set up the Sinister Six? Was it the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
I think they've been doing it since the Toby days. Because
I think it was Tobey Maguire actually for that one.
no, you're right. It was Andrew Garfield
It was Andrew Garfield.
as a
They-
Toby, yeah.
Okay.
This is how bad they're throwing. These side movies they've been making could have been movies about the Sinister Six. And then you make a seventh movie that ties it all back in. But no. They just want to like rush something out that has Spider-Man flavoring to try to grift as much money as they can instead of actually putting out something that's worthwhile to watch.
What I mean by chemistry and like there's no connectivity, I mean like the reason why the MCU is so successful, at least for the most part, is because they have a groundbreaking deliverance on story and appeal. That's first and foremost. Second of all, you actually have characters that are coming off from either a dilemma or just from the other side of life, and then they become larger than life. There's, you know what I'm saying, the exposition, you know, the formula, how to do it. They don't have to be family friendly. They don't have to be edgy. It's like a really good blend of both. And, you know, and it shows that cool factor, yeah, for majority of characters that we care about, with Loki, with Thor, you know what I'm saying, with Captain America and Iron Man. Like, you have the appeal that garners attention for both the comic book fans and also the appeal with the casuals. And then you combine the two. That's why MCU has been running since 2008 with Iron Man, anyway. If you want to count the official timeline setting. But anyway, I digress from that. You don't get that with the Sony Spider-Man universe. You get like barely fleshed out characters, like who don't even feel like they even want to be there. You know what I mean? And even when they try hard to kind of deliver some type of acceptance or familiarity of like, you know, people with everyday life, you know what I mean? It just falls flat because they're doing generic things. They have generic tones. Nothing like, there's no real any driving factor or force.
There's no energy.
There's no energy, right? You don't see any of that pizzazz with any of these spin-offs. And even if they're spin-offs, they can still be intriguing. You can go into the backstory of Madam Web. I'll admit, I barely know who Madam Web was, like up to this point. I had to do, but if I have to go home and do research and see like a much cooler Madam Web from the comics, I'm dissatisfied as a customer, yeah, for watching the film, because I didn't really get at least like the cornerstones of what really makes this character great. Why should I care about that? I'm not getting any of that. I'm getting an actor or actress who are saying one-liners that don't deliver, who's saying jokes that's stiller than 10-year-old pita bread. You know what I mean? And like it just the setup. There's no setup as to why the character has a dilemma or problem, and then accurate solution that they can generate from for the problems that they had, and lessons that they learned. You don't get any of that. You just get slapped on generic shit that you think could hit a home run in the park or get like a little giggle or a laugh or probably like a little smirk on the side of your face. But other than that, I mean, I just don't see as to why I should really care about any of this. Morbius didn't do this. Madam Web sure as hell didn't do this. I don't care about it. And like, I don't see how this, if you call this universe, where is this connectivity? Again, nothing is there.
Yeah.
It's a universe in name only.
I just don't see it. Like, honestly, the only thing that Sony's winning right now, in a sense, is the actual general Spider-Man movies. You know what I mean? I would rather watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 over and over and over again than any of these other spinoffs.
Right.
I mean, sure. I mean, Venom 1 was all right, but it wasn't a home run. Venom 2 was bad. Madam Web was bad. Obviously, like, I just hate that shit. I mean, it's that movie is now the ET Atari 2600 of the Sony Spider-Man universe. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it's just bad. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually like pull that back because everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, dog. I mean, like, there's just no deliverance, dog. Like, and I don't really think Sony gets it. And it's sad to say, unless it's Sony Animation, I don't think they'll ever will get it. The cinematic Sony cinematic universe, to me it's been dead. It's always been.
It's really crazy that the same company that can put out the Spider-Verse movies puts out these fucking trash ass one characters, not even Spider-Man, a side character in Spider-Man, and the shit is ass. Like, where's the quality control?
It makes DC's universe look like Lord of the Rings. Like, it's fucking crazy.
If you're throwing worse than the DCEU, jeez.
Exactly.
DCEU don't even exist no more.
Joe hit it on the head. He hit it on the head, dog.
And like, it's bad when even Sydney fucking Sweeney doesn't convince you to fucking go see this, because if you don't know, Sydney Sweeney is like she's one of the characters in the movie. I think she is like probably my celebrity crush. No, definitely. And there's two big reasons why, if you know what I mean. And she didn't convince me to watch it. I've heard that Toby might have shown up in the movie. I'm like, okay, maybe, and then they scrapped all this.
The reasons weren't big enough.
No. Anyways, just to get off that topic, so yeah, don't watch Madam Web.
Yeah, don't watch Madam Web.
Nah.
So
don't watch any movie from Sony if it don't have.
If it doesn't unless universe, don't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a movie reviewer, like, just don't waste your time, because like, honestly, the whole SS is
you might make more money skipping that movie than reviewing that movie. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it. We skipping this review.
It's all good, man.
I saw the trailer. That's enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as you all know, every February the Super Bowl, like, or the big game comes out, and that's the perfect time for upcoming movies and companies to release their big movie trailers. So there are quite a bit. I have the list pulled up. You could just say your thoughts about the trailer below. I'll save one of them for last because I know we all have a lot to talk about, or most of us. But I'll go down the list. A Quiet Place Day 1. Have you seen that one?
I actually have not seen it.
You haven't seen it. I'm surprised.
Apparently, it stars Lupita Nyong'o, who's from Black Panther and other things. Joseph Quinn, who we just talked about, Stranger Things and Human Torch. and a couple other people. It's based off the Quiet Place movie by John Krasinski. It's pretty good. Nothing said. Oh fuck, Despicable Me 4. I think Berg, have you seen this?
I seen the trailer. That it's like they took the Nintendo money they made from the Mario movie and said, "Let's not make a sequel. Let's give you a movie you don't want."
Yeah,
So,
but
I totally agree.
it has Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell. Gru and Megamind are fighting? Holy shit. And apparently Gru has a son. Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably gonna skip that movie.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit about like we're talking about like if we're gonna talk about milked franchise, you've milked this cow longer than you should have. Illumination, you should have been done with this franchise since 2. So like Jesus.
Yeah, and they keep trying to shove the minions down everyone's throat. I can't stand it.
I feel like even the kids are like, can we just have more Mario, please? Like I like.
Right.
We're gonna talk about this guy later, but
I feel like you guys
guy
talk
we're
about
gonna
like
talk about
mattress, like Happy Meal.
The guy who we're gonna talk about later mentioned that this is like literally just made to sell toys. I'm trying to remember the name of the because it was a specific word. I think it's like toyified or some type of. But like they're putting this out to sell Minion toys.
The Fall Guy, not to be confused with Fall Guys, but no, the Fall Guy. Apparently, it has Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know shit about this movie, but cool. Moving on.
I don't know. It feels like they just want you to and not necessarily care about what's happening in said movie. They just list a whole bunch of buzzwords, and I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
Do you care? I don't care.
Kung Fu Panda 4, which apparently came out yesterday. I don't know if anybody's seen it yet, but
I haven't seen it, but I kind of feel hyped. I'm not sure if it's going to be good, but like the third was actually interesting.
It's got Jack Black, Viola Davis, Aquafina. Oh fuck, Aquafina's in here.
Yeah, Aquafina's in that one. Yeah.
I started to think of. Yeah, no, sorry, you could go, Joe.
Bryan Cranston, Ian McShane, who's I think Winston from John Wick, and Ki Hoi Kwan, who's from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Loki, and he's also short.
Nice.
I had one question about Kung Fu Panda itself, and I started to think of like, so normally in movies, Jackie, right, he fights like the tiger. You know how Bruce Lee fights like a cat, and Jet Li fights like a praying mantis? And, like, so in the movie, he doesn't play as the tiger, he plays as the monkey. And I start to think, why doesn't he play as the tiger? I know, like, was Angelina Jolie plays as the tigress, but like Jackie should be like the Tiger Man or something.
I couldn't answer that.
I think it's a difficult question. But...
Speaking of Monkey Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, that's got a trailer.
Oh my goodness.
How many Planet of the Apes movies they done made at this point?
No, there's a lot. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot.
I think I've only seen I think the last one. I think it's where Caesar dies, I think, but I think this is right after. I don't know if this is part of it. It doesn't really say anything besides it's just like apparently one fucking character says what a wonderful day and someone mentioned Mad Max Fury Road, but I don't really know much about I don't watch trailers that much anymore, but I get cool, I guess. Wicked. Wicked apparently Ariana Grande's in this fucking movie. Why do they make a Wicked movie? Like why?
I don't know why this movie exists. It don't even look like it was done well. Like, you figure something that had a long way, if you're gonna finally make a movie about it, it would be like the most like extravagant thing. It'd be like a send off to the story. This looks like a cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
There's Twisters, a sequel about Twister, like from I think it's from 1996.
Yeah.
Cool. Got Glenn Powell, who's from Top Gun.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Inside Out 2. About time they fucking made one.
Yeah.
Got Maya Hawke, who's Ryan Robin from Stranger Things. Well, apparently she's anxiety, so I guess that's fitting for Robin because she's kind of like the awkward one. So,
there we go.
Yeah. Godzilla X Kong. This didn't come out during the Super Bowl, but it came out a couple days after. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire got a new trailer. I have the same thoughts as I did in the last time I talked about it. It looks like it's dumb fun. Will not even come close to -1, but it looks like a cool popcorn flick.
Yeah.
And it's also
True.
It's also got another big monkey, so cool.
Yeah.
Big monkey.
Well, like that. That's his own legendary. That's Legendary Pictures universe. I mean, like obviously it's never like those type of films. I don't really think they're even gonna like shake a stick to -1 to like have that delivery. And
I don't expect them to either, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a westernized version of Godzilla and Kong at this point. Like, yeah, that's just what they're gonna roll with, and and they're just gonna do it. I just feel like they're turning the kaiju's into superheroes at this point. I mean, like it's like I don't know, man. I mean,
yeah, but I feel like I feel like it'll be fun. I loved the first Godzilla vs. Kong, and obviously the story was a big old bag of dicks, but I feel like the action so I feel like it'll be the same with this one, except a little worse. But the big one, the one that we all kind of want to talk about, the long-awaited, highly anticipated, easily the most anticipated movie this year, Deadpool 3, also known as Deadpool and Wolverine, also known as Wolverine and Asshole, also known as Marvel Jesus and Hugh Jackman. So
he is Marvel Jesus.
He is. He definitely is.
He's
so what are your
coming
thoughts?
back to save this franchise from offing itself.
Yep.
I thought this movie was coming out sooner. It needed to be out already, to be honest.
It was supposed to be in May, but they delayed it till July. So, which I'm happy about because
delays are always good.
Usually, yeah, but
because obviously you're pissed. It's like I want to see it now, but fix whatever you need to fix.
Yeah, people are complaining about Stranger Things taking 9 months to film. Just like,
bro,
come on, I'm trying to let it be good.
It's the last season. It has to be good. It can't flop.
Exactly.
You're concluding a story. How many years it took to get to this point?
10, I think. 10 years.
2016 it started, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, 10 years by the time it comes out, so yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a 10-year story in the making. You can't rush this shit. It has to be good.
Yeah, totally agree.
Anyways, back on to Deadpool Wolverine. I guess I can start off. I've rewatched this trailer more than I can count because I think this is probably one of my favorite trailers I've ever seen, and it skyrocketed past No Way Home. Well, not skyrocketed. It beat No Way Home by a little bit in terms of the most viewed trailer, and it's for a good reason because it starts off with Deadpool celebrating his birthday with all of his friends. Apparently, Peter's back and all that. Like Deadpool. I'm not gonna say anything about Deadpool 2, but yeah, there's like a lot of characters in. Like you really need to see Deadpool 2 before you see Deadpool and Wolverine. That's all I'm gonna say. But he mentions that it's been a challenging few years, which I feel like is in reference to Fox itself because they were.
There we go. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that, dog. Yes, yeah, and I did see the trailer as well. But yeah, I'm on. Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me.
Uh,
I just put down something in the open chat. I wish I could
yeah,
say it a bit more, but I have to run. You guys
No,
are talking. It's great.
thanks for stopping by, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Peace out, yo.
Yeah, man. You have a good one.
I'll come back sooner or later.
Okay. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so and then he mentioned that like it's been a challenging few years, and I feel they showed like a scene where Deadpool was looking down and Vanessa's like looking across from him. I feel like they broke up, which like something went on between the two, and that's why she said make a wish buddy instead of like make funny or some shit, because I feel something happened between the two. Like I don't really know, and I feel like that's gonna lead into the TVA showing up, which is like it was definitely great seeing the TVA in like a fucking movie, and
Yes.
Yes.
and we
Yes.
kind of all did it because it was like it's like almost as obvious as Andrew and Toby showing up in No Way Home, but it was still cool seeing the TVA showing up in like just the whole fact that Fox is colliding with Disney. Just the fact that Deadpool is in the MCU right now is just it's glorious. It's really great.
Yes.
I was super nervous about Deadpool being nerfed or kind of dumbed down, but he made all the R-rated jokes. Like he mentioned stuff about pegging isn't new for me, but for Disney, and he looked at the camera and all that. I'm just like, dude, I fucking hope this movie's good. It's God, they just nailed everything. The action looks brutal. The suit looks about as good as it did in the first two movies. It's a little brighter, but it looks great. There's a couple hints of Wolverine in here. They didn't really show him, but there's one with him in the white suit. Apparently, that's like a variant of him. And there's rumors that Daniel Radcliffe could play as him, which would be kind of crazy. And we see Wolverine at the end of the trailer, like that cute scene where Deadpool is on the ground. We see the shadow of Wolverine. And Deadpool's like, "Don't just stand there, you ape! Give me a hand up!" And then we see the claws, and then he's like picking him up with the claws, like that. That was like, yeah, no, I'm buying tickets. So, I'm skipping forward. He also saw clips of the Avengers as well. Like I think he saw like Age of Ultron and all that. He fought like different TVA agents. Apparently Pyro's in the film as well. He was in the trailer. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of cool. It looks great. So
I got no. Well, I got one problem with it. They're gonna say there's no problems with it. I got one problem. They showed the TVA, but they didn't show anyone iconic from the TVA. Just a bunch of stormtrooper foot soldiers, and I'm like, I know this is about Deadpool, but if you're gonna show this, like, give me something.
Yeah.
I feel like they're this is after Loki. And keep in mind, Mobius and none of those guys actually work there anymore. At least I don't remember. Do they work there still?
They didn't make that clear because they went to check themselves on the timeline, but I don't know if they stayed there or went back to the TVA.
I think they're not part of the TVA anymore. I'm just gonna assume they're not. And also, they probably wouldn't reveal them in the trailer because maybe they might leave it as a surprise, or maybe they'll reference like, yeah, we used to have somebody here, and Mobius took care of him, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so I was thinking too. I was thinking that same thing.
Like
They also make fake. They also make fake trailers too, where they leave shit out. Like they'll digitally edit the trailer. Something that's supposed to be there is not there. So when you see the movie, you see the same scenes. Like, oh, what? This wasn't in the trailer. Yeah, deliberately.
Yeah. But it looks fantastic. Jay, do you have any thoughts about it?
Yeah. I just I mean I know I know Deadpool is gonna like deliver the goods with the jokes and whatnot, and like how everything's gonna go tying together with like the breaking the fourth wall. I mean, like I just know it's gonna be completely fantastic just from watching the trailer alone. That like it's gonna be absolutely hilarious. Um, so yeah, I feel like the TV. I am also curious about it with the TVA. I'm like how it all correlates to what's going on. You know, if this is actually gonna be all post Morbius. Um,
Post Morbius.
so post Mobius. Sorry. Yeah. Um, yeah.
It's
I'm
gonna be
actually intrigued. I'm actually intrigued how this also has anything to do. How is this also going to tie along with Wolverine as well? So something's going to happen in the mist.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna go about it with Wolverine because I know they said they're not gonna touch Logan, but which is it gonna be like a variant or is it like the actual Wolverine but pulled from a
yeah.
different time? Like I don't know how
I
they're gonna do
think
that.
I think they're gonna pull off the No Way Home thing where it's he's gonna be from like a different timeline and that may tie in as him being a variant, yeah, and the whole TV storyline. So he probably came from like the X-Men universe, if you want to go say, or Fox universe, whatever you want to call it, and like now he's here because it is gonna be Hugh Jackman. So that makes the most sense to me. I feel like he's just a variant that has to that has to like go back or find his way back, and he's probably trying to find answers, and Deadpool is probably like his best or his last shed of hope. I feel like they're gonna go that direction with it.
Um, yeah, sure. So I, I also feel like it's a little interesting to see what they're gonna do because it is actually a variant. I wouldn't be too upset about it because I feel like if No Way Home brought in variants of Toby and Andrew Spider-Man, I would have been pissed. But considering that Wolverine died in Logan, I wouldn't be too upset if it was a variant because he already died. Unless if they could just, like you said, pull a No Way Home because they brought back Green Goblin and Doc Ock right before they died. I'm not saying they should do that for Logan as well,
Right.
but maybe they could pull him from like I don't know, like Days of Future Past or Origins of Wolverine or some shit. Like they could just probably pull him from a different timeline before he died.
Yeah, because I mean, I kind of feel like it would be bland if he was the same if he was like the Wolverine that's from this current universe. Especially with the TV being involved, I feel like that'll probably like I don't know, it'll just feel like kind of off because like yeah, and it's probably gonna lead to like a lot of explanations. There's gonna be more questions than answers with that one because like where was he during this event? Why is he just not showing up? I mean, he wasn't there at the X Mansion or anything like that. I mean, I know that like he's Wolverine, he does his thing, but like it's just gonna be very questionable if this Wolverine is from this particular timeline, especially if time's involved, literally.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like it's just gonna be weird. Like, and even with the MCU, like it's supposed to be like a different universe. So like, what was it? Even with Doctor Strange, we're gonna go back to Doctor Strange, right? So, and we saw it was the same from Professor X, if I recall correctly.
no, it
Like
Yes.
wasn't. It was a
it,
different one.
it was a different one. Okay, okay. So if it was a
Oh, it
different
was
one,
the same actor.
it was
Same
same act. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So I got confused with that one. All right. So you know, with them trying to pull that off, I'm just so I'm so stuck with like okay, like since it's like a completely different universe, it's gonna be a completely different take. Just like with No Way Home, like everyone, like one universe has their own Spider Man, one universe has their own Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why if Hugh Jackman is like his Wolverine was part of this universe, it would just be a little off to me. Yeah. So that's what I think about that.
I
All
don't
right.
know, cause like, never mind.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say because pretty much since COVID shuffled up everything from Phase 4 and 5, and I guess it's affecting 6 now as well. We have no idea what they're gonna do with some of these plot lines and some of these characters. Like, I think at one point it was supposed to be like Hugh Jackman's last hurrah as Wolverine, and then they were gonna cast a new person to be the person in the MCU, but things have changed. Like, we don't know what direction they're gonna go in, and they already said they secretly canned a lot of movies and shows that they were gonna release because Disney's trying to toe the line, so to speak. So, to quote Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the unknown journey continues. We have no idea. We have no idea where this shit is going.
Yeah.
Also, like, I feel like part of the reason is because Marvel bought Fox, so that's kind of why Deadpool came out so late. It's because they were kind of getting their shit together with Fox, and it's like they're trying to get through. Like, okay, like let's who are we gonna add back? Like, is Deadpool actually gonna be in the MCU? Is X-23 gonna be in there? Like, who the fuck else is gonna be here? Do you want Hugh Jackman on board? Sure, go ahead. We'll have him for Secret Wars as well. Like, it just feels like it's kind of not like throwing shit at the wall, but I feel like the mess with the whole Fox being bought up by Marvel. Like, I feel like
I just hope it's a side effect of getting Fox bought into Marvel is that we get a good Phoenix story now.
Yeah,
they failed twice.
Yeah.
It might be
even
like
talk about that, yo.
It might be like Fantastic Four, where it's just doomed from the beginning. So, like,
bro, I know what I'm saying. I got faith in this new Marvel because, this new Disney Marvel thing, because they realize the writing is on the wall, and when your only good movies / shows was a sequel to something that was good a phase ago, ironically one of the good things of the last phase, and a movie from a guy that you fired, so he's no longer with the company, you got some problems on your hands.
Yeah.
I'm referring to Guardians and Loki season 2. That's about the only good things that came out of phase 5. Everything else is kind of just like, you can argue that it's okay. Like, I can argue the Marvels, but you can't argue Quantumania.
Are we still in phase 5 or are we in phase 6
we're
now?
We're still in phase 5.
Because I swear they said Deadpool is starting off phase
and that's
6.
And that's another problem. They used to end phases with an Avenger movie or start phases with an Avenger movie. We haven't had an Avenger movie since Endgame. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They could have at least set up a Young Avengers at the end of phase 4, because that's what they were doing anyway.
That's
They're
what they were
introducing
doing.
all of these kids. That's literally what they were doing. And the fact that they threw on that and just went into phase 5 is like the Avengers movies act like a bookend to the phase. This is why you don't know what phase we're in, because if you're not paying attention, we're still in phase 4. It's fucking whack ass movie. You saw that Quantumania? No, that's phase 5, baby. But I get it.
To quote Deadpool himself, these timelines are so confusing. Like,
that's a fact.
Oh my god.
We don't even know if they're gonna keep Kang around, because obviously Jonathan Majors got the boot, but that don't mean Kang gets the boot, or does he?
I've heard recast. I've heard fucking Doctor Doom. I've heard Galactus. I've even heard motherfucking Thanos is coming back. I don't know.
Why?
Why is he coming?
I bet. Thanos coming back has strong Palpatine energy. You don't want to do this. I get it. I get it. Thanos was a draw, and the two movies where he had the most prominence, Infinity War and Endgame, is like, yeah, this character was cool to deal with. But he was defeated, and he was soundly defeated. You're going to unearth mad implications by bringing this dude back. Which they can because they're messing with timelines and whatnot, but I feel like they closed the Thanos saga. Like that shit is done. That book is closed.
Yeah.
You got other people to work with. Don't bring him back just to get people back in the seats. That would be a mistake. That would be a misstep on their part. In my opinion. No, who do I know? I don't make movies for a living.
So, I guess, unless if there's something else I want to talk about, because I didn't write any notes down. I just searched up what happened this month.
Yeah, I think. Well, I let me not say nothing because I don't follow nothing. It sounds like he hit everything, but I could.
I think I did. Yeah. We discussed the trailers. We discussed Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. I feel like that's it. Until we get to the big one. Let me see what I put. Hold on. Also, I just realized there's two more things I forgot. I'll still put this at the end, but we could discuss these briefly.
Okay.
Both of them involve it's two different deaths. So I'll start off with the one that happened recently. I forgot. I don't want to butcher the guy's name, so I'll search up
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Akira Toriyama, the creator of the very famous anime Dragon
Ball.
Manga, yeah, has passed away from I forget what, but he oh shit, a blood clot.
Yeah, it was a blood clot. Yeah, so we'll bleed him.
So I'm throwing because I should have fucking told you that.
Yeah.
I have a weird relationship when it comes to Dragon Ball because I grew up on Z. I didn't really watch the first series. The first series was called Dragon Ball. The second was called Z. Then they made GT, but I think that was a fan-made thing. But then Toriyama came in and helped them end it, so I guess it's canon in a way. Then there's this Dragon Ball AF that I don't think is canon, but people like to mention it when they talk about the Dragon Ball series. And then there's Dragon Ball Super, which has a couple of movies and anime adaptation that's different from the manga. They're doing things in the manga that's similar, but yet a different continuity than what they're doing in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly Super that has me feeling a way about. I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is great. Kai managed to do all of what Z did for like over 100, 200 episodes in 60, which is crazy. But they cut a lot of things because it was basically a manga devised story. And I was like, oh, okay. So he actually gets there a lot quicker.
Yeah, no filler.
I say this like because I shouldn't have let, because it's really Toei, the company who adapted Super into an anime. I shouldn't have let them change how I feel about this series because Dragon Ball inspired so much. It was inspired by things and it inspired many things that came after it. Like your Naruto's, My Hero Academia's, Bleach, all these different stories. Like you're gonna find things that are similar. Like Naruto loves to eat, Goku loves to eat, Luffy loves to eat. Like you're gonna find
real.
Yeah. you're gonna find things that are like homages to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is probably one of the most important stories in fiction. I don't say that lightly. Like it really is out here. Like most people don't even realize they're into anime until they get to Dragon Ball, because like Pokemon was out here, but people didn't realize it was an anime. Sailor Moon was out here, they didn't realize it was. Card Captor Sakura was out here, they didn't realize that was an anime. Dragon Ball came out, everyone was on it.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
that series is worth your respect, worth watching. I know a lot of people. I gotta forget that I'm not a youngin' no more. I'm in my late 30s, so this is a very old show for me, but I remember it. There are people who are born that have never seen Dragon Ball Z. You owe it to yourself if you like any anime. If it's a Jujutsu Kaisen, a Shangri-La Forever, Frontier, my bad. Solo Leveling, whatever you're watching now, you need to go back and watch Dragon Ball Z.
I could definitely check it out because I'm not the biggest anime fan. I've only seen Steins Gate, and that's about it. I'm working on another one though, but
You ain't watch Attack on Titan or Death Note?
Attack on Titan is
One of
definitely going to
those.
be up there. But yeah, like the legacy that guy left
Yeah,
behind in
yeah, it's
Dragon
cemented.
it's
Definitely.
legendary. It's awesome, and I don't know if it's the most popular anime because I mean Pokemon might have that spot, but it's definitely
I
up there. I've seen.
I want to say it's slightly overrated, but it's still good. I mean, it's in that weird spot. You know, like when something's popular and you're just like, oh, people just stop. It's
Mhm.
kind of in that territory.
Yeah, it's
Because
like
Dragon Ball
Wednesday
Z
for
is
me.
good. Dragon Ball Z is great. I'll even say it's excellent. It's a 10 out of 10. But it's because it's kind of the Final Fantasy 7 effect, OG 7. That's a lot of people's first Final Fantasy. So when you
Yeah.
ask someone what's your favorite Final Fantasy game, they're going to say 7 and they're going to defend it to the death even though games came out later that I think are better, like 10 for instance. But
I mean, six was right there. Six was a masterpiece. Everyone wants
6
to
was
forget
also
about
a masterpiece.
Yeah, everyone
Mhm.
wants to forget about six. I don't get it. Six is just like the definitive version
I think that
of.
one is more of a you had to, because I acknowledge 6 is good, but I didn't play 6 when it came out. I played it later and I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
I think that's more of a you had to be there thing. But
Yeah,
I'm tangenting. Dragon Ball Z is like Final Fantasy 7 where it's a lot of people's first anime, or at least first true anime. Because like I said, they've seen animes before, and Yu-Gi-Oh is an anime, but people may not realize that. But it was out at the same time as everything,
right.
all the stuff that I named. Um, Dragon Ball is gonna be everyone's first answer, and then be like, "Oh, but can he beat Goku though?" It's just what it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally agree. I mean, like if anyone like as impactful and as important as Dragon Ball Z is, like anyone who is just like getting into the franchise first, like just do yourself a favor and actually like watch the original Dragon Ball, like and dive into it more, like lore wise, and
Yeah, dive into it.
it's gonna make a whole lot more sense as you start from the very beginning. Start from book one of Dragon Ball, and if you're reading the manga anyway, and then just go all the way to volume 42, which is the end of like the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It's like that's like the end of it, and then that's
Yeah,
when they go into like Super.
the Dragon Ball manga never.
Yeah. So, but like if anime wise, the same thing. Just start with the original Dragon Ball, and like you're gonna get more of an impact, and you're gonna get way more importance if you start with like the original one with Kid Goku, and then once you finally end it with Z, like you're gonna see like why it's as great as it is. So
Yeah, your experience might be richer if you start from the beginning. Because I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I started at Z.
yeah, but I agree and I understand like that is like people's first anime, especially like in the Western Hemisphere. That
Yeah,
that that
definitely.
that did be the case, but yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it, man, like I'm telling you, do it right. It's worth it. Make
Yeah.
that rich experience like something that you want, something that you want to go ahead. Trust me. So,
Mhm.
and like I would say this too because like I'm a big manga head. Um, as again, as impactful as Dragon Ball was, it was great. Like it would be a disservice if people say like that's the only thing that Akira Toriyama was known for. The man made many great stories. Like, and he even touched many other great mediums. So it's more than just one legendary franchise. The man made Doctor Slump, which actually was like his first big break in his career, but a little after like his Wonder Island one shot. So the man, he made Sandland, which was great. He even touched upon with a with like a multimedia with Chrono Trigger.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is another big one. I think Dragon Quest is like his biggest game project that he ever like worked on. So like yeah, you gotta check that out. Not much Blue Dragon, but even though like that kind of has like his own taste of variety, I guess. The guy made lots of great stuff. Like he touched a lot of great things, man. Like what I mean, like he really expanded his own niche into the industry, and like it's so big, it's so expansive that it really touches all corners of like everything that you may just like about manga and anime in general. And and I actually enjoyed his manga theater, which was like a book that actually showed like his original stories from the 70s and 80s, before he hit it like truly big with Dragon Ball. And like the man, he had talent even before that story. Like it's really good. The way how he crafted it, I really feel like he took a great page from Osamu Tezuka's book, which was the creator of Astro Boy. And yeah, and I really feel like almost as if like that was the guy's mentor. And then he just ran with it with that teachings in order to make something like as impactful as his legacy, like back then and even now. So
yeah.
So
the next one I'll talk about, because the final one's gonna be MatPat. So the late and great Kevin Conroy, apparently it was announced a while ago he was gonna be reprising his role one more time as Batman in the upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. It's an animated series, and it's based off of an animated movie, and it's based off of the Batman, or I think it is the Batman from the animated series from the 90s. But
there we go. Yes.
But he is not the only one that will join. Mark Hamill is going to be Joker one time.
Oh, for real? Yes. That's what's up. Oh,
yeah.
Great news.
I don't know.
Wait, he passed?
No, Mark Hamill didn't pass, but he
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
he
Kevin
died.
Conroy. Yeah, he died.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't retire the role. He died from cancer a while ago.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, so because of that, Mark Hamill announced that he was retiring as the Joker. But I don't know if Hamill announced this, but I've been hearing it from multiple sources that I trust, or don't trust. It's everywhere, but so yeah, he's gonna be voicing the Joker one final time. They're gonna reunite as Batman and Joker. Kevin obviously can't do it, but he did pre-record some lines from.
I hope that God they don't use AI for this.
They're not going to use AI. I feel like they're just gonna, because I think Kevin pre-recorded lines from this movie, because he does like 5 different Batman projects, because he did the Suicide Squad and I think he did a couple other ones, but he's gonna be there, and Mark Hamill will voice Joker one last time. It's gonna be a tearjerker, especially considering it's the final part of the Crisis on Infinite Earths trilogy, and it's called Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it's based on, they made animated movies right after the animated series of Batman and Superman, and I think Justice League. So it's like they have like their whole cinematic universe, and the last time Conroy voiced Batman was from the Suicide Squad game, which everybody thought that was going to be the final one, but it turns out they ended it off. He's ending his career in the best possible way, because he's not only going to be Batman. He's going to be the Batman that started his career, and Hamill's going to join along. So I think that's the perfect way to end it.
Yeah,
That's pretty poetic.
It is.
Honestly, yeah, I totally agree with both of you. Like with it actually being like a strong suit as a tremendous and the best send off to his legacy as well. Yeah, because I'm not gonna hold you, dog. Like Suicide Squad killed Justice League did not do that for justice. Like it did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you guys are even gonna play that game. And so I don't care if it's a spoiler or whatnot. But like, yeah, you're not missing much. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play that game.
Yeah. It just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way with how it ended. Let's just say, with
I know they killed him off.
Yeah.
DC is another weird company like Sony, where it's like you have a clear established animated cinematic universe here. Why aren't you utilizing it?
I don't know, but either way, you can keep going. Actually, sorry.
That's pretty much it. It's like I don't understand. Sony can do. It's like these companies could do animation well, Sony and DC, but when it comes time to the silver screen, they can't muster it.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, whatever they do with their action universe does not matter to me, at least, because I'm not watching their shit anymore. But for Kevin's final role and Mark Hamill's final time as Joker, I think it's going to be very poetic and emotional to see that. Okay, I guess we could probably save the big movies and stuff for like the next 2 episodes, because obviously episode 10 I want to be the Mario Kart one.
Yeah.
I feel 7 and 8 might be just like the movies for this month, because there's a lot of big ones. Because there's Dune 2, there's Ghostbusters, there's Godzilla.
Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, we gotta save that one. We gotta save that one. Definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like what else? Kung Fu Panda, something else as well. I forget what. Hold on. It better not be like a fucking Morbius 2 or something, because I do not want that.
No, jeez, no more SSU. Stop. Go home. Tony, drink some milk. Tony, drink some milk.
Go.
Drink some water. You have a hangover. You got a headache. You're giving me a headache. All right, you're bad shit drunk. Just stay home, please. We're not taking you out for another party, dog. For real, bro.
Sometimes Sony want a party, and you gotta tell them no.
Like for real, man, dude. Ain't nobody want to see your face, dog. Like for real. And I see your face at my house again. I'm calling the fireman. I'll call them.
Not even the police. I'm calling the fireman. FDNY. Volunteer FDNY.
Oh god, there's Megamind 2. God damn it. There's a Blood and Honey 2. Jesus Christ. Blood and Honey 2 and Megamind 2. What the fuck is this year?
Yeah.
There's also Damsel with Millie Bobby Brown. It's on Netflix, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Cool. Disney should have fought harder for Winnie the Pooh, bro.
They really should have.
So they lost the right to Winnie the Pooh. That's why that's all that shit.
It had public domain. OG Mickey Mouse. That's why you're seeing all this dumb shit.
Yeah, Azalea watched the first movie and she said that was like the fucking worst movie ever. And she's not really a movie critic, but when Azalea says something's bad, it's fucking bad.
Guys, I don't know about this Blood and Honey.
God. I don't know.
Oh wait. So Sonic 3? Well, that's later on this year, right?
No, that's December.
That's the sun. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, later on this year. So
they got a Knuckles show out now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah. Paramount Plus, I think. Yeah.
I'm not subscribing to another service. What is this, cable?
Hey, it's
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. So the big one that we can end off on is, I mentioned this in episode 4, but famous YouTuber MatPat is sadly retiring, and as of today, he is, and he made his final theory at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I saw it live. I think Berg did as well.
I did.
We need to talk about this because it might genuinely be the best YouTube video I've seen.
Bro. I have no words. I was just eyes glued to the window the whole time, and he starts off with the OG old school game theory music.
Intro?
It's a chip, yeah, the intro is like a chip tuney, but then he crossfades how he updated the video from when it was basically discount PowerPoint to fully fleshed out, I guess Premiere, whatever, Cinema 4D. And he basically, it kind of like an Eras type thing. How he kept getting better at, he picked up people, did all he had to do, and then it cuts to the new rock based intro for Game Theory with the 3D stuff, and I thought that was so well done, and he didn't even start talking yet.
That was a very great tribute.
Bro, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because it's a long video, but the gist of it is that there's an actual thing called game theory, and he explains what it is. I'm like, that's probably the best way you could have did this shit. I didn't even know that this was a thing. And he's been practicing.
I thought it was gonna be like a joke one, like Nessa Sands for real or some shit, but no, that's pretty much about it.
Bro, he knocked it out the park, and he literally has been doing game theory his like YouTube career, probably before that, and it was so beautiful, and the way he ended it, he freaking had like, it was kind of, I don't know if y'all ever played Earthbound. That's probably where he got this idea from. But he has everyone, well, not everyone, but a bunch of people who probably sent in videos. I wish I sent in a video of everyone saying, "Man, that's just a theory," and it just, you kept hearing it. Probably said about 20 times, and then they cut to his GT live room where he's on the couch, and the 4 new hosts of the channels are all sitting on the couch, and they say a style theory, a food theory, a film theory, a game theory. And then he walks past them, hangs his jacket up, walks past, gives the camera a wink and a nudge. He gives Stephanie a high five and then a low five. She smiles, walks into the door going into their basement, and then he turns and says, "Thanks for watching." Closes the door, fades to white. He could have ended the video there, but he does some ARG fancy shit, but really the video ends there. And it was just such a wonderful bookend to however fucking long he did this shit. I don't even know. Years. I think 13 years.
Yeah, 13 years.
Bro, you couldn't have asked for a better ending. Like, I think Marvel needs to study MatPat for how to end shit. God damn.
Everybody needs to. If anybody quits YouTube, this is including myself. If anybody decides to quit YouTube, do what the fuck he did, because my god, that was amazing. Like that was a moment where he's just going past all those guys, hanging up his jacket, and then he just says his catchphrase. Well, not the catchphrase, but thanks for watching. Well, I legitimately
thanks for watching
that.
Bro, I started crying, bro. I cried for like at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was very great.
That no, that shit hit different for me because I think his first video was some Sonic shit. I'm a Sonic fan, so I stumble across this dude like, who the hell is this game theorist? Who's MatPat? Man, that guy is great. He is such a. I wish I bought more of his merch, to be honest, because like I really I fuck with him. Like he's just a really good. And over the years, because he doesn't get every theory right, especially on film theory, because it's not really his forte. But obviously, he had to make it because he wants to discuss movies and stuff. So people are all MatPat's a sham. He's not really real. I'm like, bro, you don't watch enough. And really, like this dude is like almost every other millennial having problems dealing with adjusting to adulthood. And he went to college, he had a neuroscience degree, trying to get jobs here and there, couldn't land nothing. He's a weird theater kid, so he's got that manic energy. People ain't fucking with him. So he realizes, all right, you're not gonna hire me. I'm gonna make you regret it. He finds a way. He makes this YouTube channel. He puts his whole self into it. He doesn't have a recording studio, so he uses a closet to try to soak all the acoustics in. Like he endless amounts of research. Like he's really about it, and he wants to create something that can stand and be like, "Yo, you could learn something. Like YouTube isn't just mindless meme shit. Like you could actually learn something and have fun while watching a video series." Like he bodied that shit. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times in different areas of study that aren't related to each other. Games have nothing to do with films, have nothing to do with food, have nothing to do with fashion style. And he did it. I'm flabbergasted. And then he thanked everybody. He mentioned people he didn't even really mention. He mentioned the audio guy. Like how cool he was. Like
he mentioned the guy who died.
He mentioned the guy who died, Ronnie Edwards. Yo, Ronnie, I wish that motherfucker was still alive because that one his show Die Questing and Side Questing is also great YouTube. Like watch that stuff. Unfortunately, he passed. I forgot what he passed from.
I don't
I
remember.
don't want to say it was a suicide, but I think it was. But comments roast me if I got it wrong. But I wish he was still alive so he could see this because like this was such a great way to end the I guess the dining. But the thing is, it's not even over. It's just it's kind of like he's not done either. I was gonna akin it to Doctor Who, where it's like the doctor changes into the next actor. It's like kind of passing the torch type of thing. He does that, but he's not exactly going away either.
Yeah, it's just the main thing he does. So yeah,
he's gonna do other things, which is cool. I'm happy that he can rest for a little bit because if you think about it, for 13 years, and he probably missed a week or two. He's got a family, he's got stuff he has to do. But for 13 years, he's been putting out a video every week. And as he acquired the newer channels, it increased to 2 videos per week, 3 videos, 4 videos per week. He got help, obviously. He didn't do it all by himself. But in the beginning, when it was just him, Steph, and Jason, that was him. He did the editing. He did the scripting. He did the voiceover. That was him. And as the shit grew, he surrounded himself with a team that could help him keep consistent. bro, like,
Yeah, no, I have nothing but respect for the dude because I'm more of like I watch a lot of YouTubers and obviously I've seen a couple of his film theories and game theories. Um, I wasn't like the biggest fan of him. I'm more of like a Smosh or Dashy fan, but I
yeah,
feel like the fact that he did this for 13 years and he had his own fucking catchphrase. He's part of a movie. He did like so much stuff. I can't help but respect the dude for that because he's made so many people happy and entertained over the years, and I wish I could say, like, if I ever met the dude, I'd be flabbergasted. I'd be like, "Holy shit, it's fucking MatPat!" Like,
bro. It's
crazy.
seriously, bro. I got nothing but the utmost respect for him, bro. I think he was from New York and he moved. I think he's in North Carolina now, but I don't even care about all that. Like, just the fact that like someone that genuine didn't let the fame like mess with his head. He did what he had to do to support his family. Like, my hat's off to him, man. I really want to meet him one day. I don't think I can because I'm not that big of a YouTuber myself. I don't know if I'm going to like a VidCon or something where I could probably see him. But I did. He made a website called where'smatpat.com where he can. I guess he didn't want to use Twitter, and he wanted something that I guess he wanted something personal where you could like leave him messages because obviously he knows his impact and he knows people still want to try to reach out to him. So I guess that's why he made that website, and probably because he also wanted to pull a Scott Coffin and do some internet weird shit. But I left a message there for him saying that, like, I wish him well in his future endeavors, and I may not ever get to meet you to shake your hand, but here's the digital version. And I just, I really, it's hard to come up with words because he exited out so gracefully, and I have so much respect for the guy, and I know he's a good person. It's bravo to MatPat, man.
Yeah, bravo.
There we go.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my good friend, A Bit of Epicness, for the photo that I'm using. He did a very great job, and also MatPat photo. So yeah.
That was great.
I'm putting that for the picture. So yeah, like that's a fantastic photo and MatPat liked it. So that's a big W right there.
That's a hell of a W. I wish I was
Yeah. I think we got all the topics now finally. This went on for a little longer than I thought and than I wanted it to go, but we got some comments to read in the last one. No, you're good. It was kind of my fault. So yeah, the last episode I did was Peaky Blinders with Mercury. So we got 4 comments to talk about. So, Comedy God 1807 says, "Let's go, brother." Thank you,
brother.
I don't think I've ever seen him before, but yeah, if you're watching this, hi, how are you doing? Daniel with the movies says, even though I've never seen Peaky Blinders before, it was still fun hearing you guys talk about it. Hashtag Killian the Toppenheimer. Weird hashtag, but thank you for listening. So yeah, thank you for that. Part of the Plan Podcast Clips says, good old Killian Peakisman. Very clever pun. Peaky Blinders, Peakisman, I get that. And then the dog, the best message of all. Hey, Josie. Hi. That's it. So,
hey, Josie.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing? Subscribe. So, that's about it. Brave, do you want to plug in what's happening with your channel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can go. You can go check. You talking about me right now?
Yeah, you can go plug it. Plug.
Okay. So yeah, you can go find me on Discord for JG Media Games, or also on my website jgmediadesigns.com. Creativity starts with you, one imagination at a time. Yeah, so come check out all the good stuff that I do, and I also deliver services too. If you guys are all looking for a graphic designer and all that other good stuff, so I'm your guy. Or you can also see me chilling with the Thunder Pals. I gotta go
He'll
show love to the
actually
home.
he'll actually give you a good price.
Yeah. Oh yeah, promise that. Yes, sir.
All
All
right.
right.
You can find me on the Thunder Pals, chilling with the iceberg. I'm kind of on a Pokemon hiatus a little bit because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, and I want to put the beats on that game. It was kind of like a once in a lifetime type of thing. Games don't really get a true like remake, or well, this is really a sequel, to be honest with you, to their work. So and Pokemon's kind of in a weird spot right now anyway, because they shiny locked a lot of the legendaries. I don't care for this, but a lot of PokeTubers do. And VGC's kind of stale. They're probably gonna put a new regulation in sooner or later if they haven't already done it. But aside from the Elite Four mega collabs that I've been doing, I think Pokemon's gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna try to finish Rebirth as quickly as I can, so I can get back to playing multiplayer stuff with people. Helldivers, Monster Hunter World, a lot of co-op stuff. That being said, at the next week, we're gonna have a Mario Party Superstars mega collab. It's gonna be a tournament. We got 16 people, including myself, involved. I did not expect to get to 16 people, but apparently we got a lot of people who really mess with us. So I'm really happy about that.
And Jay and I will both be there too.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're both slated to be on there.
Yeah. Did you get the game, by the way?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good to go. Updated or no? We're straight.
Hell yeah.
We are straight.
At the end of the month, on 30th, we'll be having that Pokemon Elite Four mega collab. Defend the Elite Four. Right now, I only have Pegasus Angel slated to be one of the Elite Four members. I got to find 2 more people. I don't know who I'm gonna get, but I guess we'll see. I'm trying to figure out a way to like pitch it so that it's easier to explain, because I tend to over explain things. I don't know how to sell it. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. A lot of Rebirth, less Pokemon, more multiplayer, more collabs.
Let's go.
So for like social media wise, I'm usually on Instagram at Josie8356, where I just post Comic-Con photos and gym photos usually, and I just
That's a lot of numbers.
where I usually just post gym photos or Comic-Con photos or just cringy ass fucking stories. I also have Snapchat that I barely use, but mainly on Discord and YouTube. And also, by the time of this recording, it'll already be out. But I have a Mario Day 100 subscriber celebration stream that's happening at 2 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, or today technically, because it's fucking midnight. So
it is after midnight. Shit.
Mario Day.
So I will be doing 6 different games, Mario related, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Parties 1, 2, 3, and Superstars. Don't worry, we're doing 1 round each. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe right after. I'm hoping to end by 10 p.m., but I don't know how long that's. I don't know how long the first 2 Mario parties will be, but Jay and Iceberg plus several other people are going to be there, and by several I mean like probably 2 more. So
Really not.
no, I think it's probably like 4 more, but so I hope to see you all there, or if I did see you guys there, thank you, because it's going to be out on Tuesday.
I'm not even gonna lie. If you weren't doing an event, I probably wouldn't care for Mario Day.
Yeah.
I do a Mario Day event. I get the pump and dump maker 2 people. Hey, play my level. I'm not gonna watch you. Huh?
Well, I mean, there would have been Super Mario RPG too if you don't have the game yet. Yeah, you could have just played that to celebrate.
Well, the whole I would think the whole point of doing a Mario Day is to get people to play with you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's
Wonder,
about it.
do you got Wonder? You should add Wonder to that shit. That has
Oh
good
yeah, dude.
Oh
Dude.
shit,
For
yeah.
real, dude. Honestly, you really should. Yeah, because I still need to beat the game.
You know what? Should I just ping everybody and ask them if they'd like to play Wonder? Because my brother'd be pissed off if he found out I'd play Wonder without him.
Play Wonder, what the fuck?
Sure.
So tell Jake from State Farm to get his ass over now.
No, I think I have to go. Dust up some rust. From Smash Bros. I haven't touched that game in a. So I don't even know what's going on with that.
I'm excited for you guys to play the original Mario Party games because we haven't played them ever. So I'm excited to for you guys to see the chaotic bullshit that's the free. So
I wanted to get to them eventually, but it didn't seem like the interest was there aside from you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy that you're getting to it on your channel.
Yeah, and there will be more Mario Party on the channel in the future, but yeah, I hope we did have fun. If because this will be up on Tuesday, I hope we did have fun.
Bruh, it's us. We have fun.
We always have fun.
But I'm afraid I might fuck it up because it's my first mega collab. But I think it'll be fine.
Sir, you're my protege. You'll be fine.
This pod's gone on long enough. I'll see you guys in the next
Good
one.
night.
All right. Good night. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Stefan and Azalea get the fuck in the server immediately. So yeah, see you guys.